Trump administration suspends operations at Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's Anti-Fraud Unit. Washington, D.C. The Trump administration has ordered a halt to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's CFPB anti-fraud operations, a move officials say is aimed at restructuring and increasing efficiency within the agency. The decision, which affects ongoing investigations and enforcement actions, has sparked debate over the role of government oversight in financial markets. Supporters of the move argue that the CFPB, created during the Obama administration, has been an overreaching regulatory body that imposes excessive restrictions on businesses. The Trump administration has long advocated for reducing what it considers burdensome regulations, believing that scaling back the agency's scope will promote economic growth and encourage free market competition. A shift toward targeted oversight. Officials within the administration maintain that the pause in operations is not a dismantling of consumer protections, but rather an effort to re-evaluate the effectiveness of the CFPB's enforcement strategies. By streamlining its efforts and focusing on major violations instead of what they describe as excessive regulatory interference, the administration aims to prevent unnecessary government intervention in financial markets while still addressing genuine cases of fraud. Balancing consumer protection and economic growth. Critics of the CFPB have long argued that its broad enforcement measures often harm small businesses and limit financial innovation. The Trump administration's decision is intended to create a more balanced approach, ensuring that consumer protection does not come at the expense of economic opportunity. A White House spokesperson stated, "The goal is to refine the CFPB's focus so that it targets real financial fraud while eliminating bureaucratic inefficiencies that slow down economic progress." This is about smart governance, not abandoning consumer protections. Response from opponents, consumer advocacy groups and some lawmakers have raised concerns, claiming that suspending anti-fraud operations could expose consumers to predatory practices. However, administration officials argue that existing laws and other regulatory bodies, such as the Federal Trade Commission, will continue to safeguard consumer interests. The suspension of operations at the CFPB's anti-fraud unit marks a significant shift in how the government approaches financial regulation. While opponents see it as a rollback of consumer protections, supporters argue that it is a necessary step toward a more efficient, pro-business regulatory environment that still upholds fairness and accountability in the financial sector.